Question number 1. Describe and compare fail-fast and fail-safe iterators. Give examples. Answer. The main distinction between fail-fast and fail-safe iterators is whether or not the collection can be modified while it is being iterated. Fail-safe iterators allow this, fail-fast iterators do not. Fail-fast iterators operate directly on the collection itself. During iteration, fail-fast iterators fail as soon as they realize that the collection has been modified, upon realizing that a member has been added, modified, or removed, and will throw a concurrent modification exception. Some examples include ArrayList, HashSet, and HashMap. Fail-safe iterates operate on a cloned copy of the collection and therefore do not throw an exception if the collection is modified during iteration. Examples would include iterators returned by concurrent HashMap or copy on write ArrayList. Question number 2. ArrayList, linked list, and vector are all implementations of the list interface. Which of them is most efficient for adding and removing elements from the list? Explain your answer, including any other alternatives you may be aware of. Answer. Of the three, linked list is generally going to give you the best performance. Here's why. ArrayList and vector each use an array to store the elements of the list. As a result, when an element is inserted into or removed from the middle of the list, the elements that follow must all be shifted accordingly. Vector is synchronized, so if a thread-safe implementation is not needed, it is recommended to use ArrayList rather than vector. Linked list, on the other hand, is implemented using a doubly linked list. As a result, an inserting or removing an element only requires updating the links that immediately precede and follow the element being inserted or removed. However, it is worth noting that if performance is that critical, it's better to just use an array and manage it yourself, or use one of the high-performance third-party packages such as Trove or HPPC. Question number 3. Why would it be more secure to store sensitive data such as a password, social security number, in a character array rather than in a string? Answer. In Java, strings are immutable and are stored in the string pool. What this means is that, once a string is created, it stays in the pool in memory until being garbage collected. Therefore, even after you're done processing the string value, for example the password, it remains available in memory for an indeterminate period of time thereafter, again, until being garbage collected, which you have no real control over. Therefore, anyone having access to a memory dump can potentially extract the sensitive data and exploit it. In contrast, if you use a mutable object like a character array, for example, to store the value, you can set it to blank once you are done with it with confidence that it will no longer be retained in memory. Question number 4. Compare the sleep and wait methods in Java, including when and why you would use one versus the other. Answer. Sleep is a blocking operation that keeps a hold on the monitor lock of the shared object for the specified number of milliseconds. Wait, on the other hand, simply pauses the thread until either A. the specified number of milliseconds have elapsed, or B. it receives a desired notification from another thread, whichever is first, without keeping a hold on the monitor lock of the shared object. Sleep is most commonly used for polling, or to check for certain results, at a regular interval. Wait is generally used in multi-threaded applications, in conjunction with notify/notify, to achieve synchronization and avoid race conditions. Question number 5. What is the Java class loader? List and explain the purpose of the 3 types of class loaders. Answer. The Java class loader is the part of the Java runtime environment that loads classes on demand, lazy loading, into the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Classes may be loaded from the local file system, a remote file system, or even the web. When the JVM is started, 3 class loaders are used. Number 1. Bootstrap class loader, loads core Java API file rt.jar from folder. Number 2. Extension class loader, loads jar files from folder. Number 3. System application class loader, loads jar files from path specified in the class path environment variable. Question number 6. How can you swap the values of two numeric variables without using any other variables? Answer. You can swap two values a and b without using any other variables as follows. Question number 7. Nested classes can be static or non-static, also called an inner class. How do you decide which to use? Does it matter? Answer. The key difference between is that inner classes have full access to the fields and methods of the enclosing class. This can be convenient for event handlers, but comes at a cost. Every instance of an inner class retains and requires a reference to its enclosing class. With this cost in mind, there are many situations where we should prefer static nested classes. When instances of the nested class will outlive instances of the enclosing class, the nested class should be static to prevent memory leaks. Question number 8. What are static initializers and when would you use them? Answer. A static initializer gives you the opportunity to run code during the initial loading of a class, and it guarantees that this code will only run once and will finish running before your class can be accessed in any way. They are useful for performing initialization of complex static objects or to register a type with a static registry, as JDBC drivers do.